We will be looking at the week 13 math review. Problem number 1 calls for a conversion from ounces to grams. Look up the conversion factor and you should be able to handle that one. Number 2 says simplify -4 times 2x to the third power. In this case, we will multiply the coefficients, -4 times 2. That yields a -8. And we have x to the first power times x to the third. Well, using our product rule, whenever the variables are the same, we can add our exponents. So x to the first times x to the third becomes x to the fourth. Alright. Number 3 says, in which equation is x not equal to 10? Well, we could substitute, instead of actually solving each one of them, we can substitute 10 in each one of them and see which one yields a true statement. I'm going to use our calculator and the scratch pad to go about this. Alright, I'm typing in the first expression. (9), and then I want to substitute 10 in place of x. Open parentheses 10, closed parentheses, quantity squared. Then come out of the exponent, divide 10, subtract 5. And now I can type in the equal statement, 7 times 10 plus 15. And the calculator will tell me if this is a true or false statement. It's true. So A is not correct. We're looking for one that's not equal. I'll try B. I'm going to do a little substitution in my head. 10 plus 7 will be 17. So here 3 times 17 will be this first part, minus 12. I'm going to evaluate the left side and evaluate the right side independently. Now 5 times 10, that'll be 50. Subtract 11, also 39. So we see B is 10 as well. So C must not have 10 for a solution. So I could go 10 quantity squared minus 8 times 10 plus 3 times 10, subtract 24. Will that equal 126? I could hit enter. It's not going to. It's 26. So C does not have 10 for a solution. 4. Simplify both sides of the equation. It doesn't say to solve, it just says simplify both sides, interestingly enough. Well, on the left side we will distribute the 5. 5 times 2 is 10n. 5 times minus 2 is a minus 10. On the right side, distributing the 3. 3n minus 3 plus 7. Now on the right side we can combine the like terms. Negative 3 plus 7 is a plus 4. We have 3n plus 4 on the right side. 10n minus 10 on the left. So we have simplified both sides of the equation. It doesn't ask to solve, but I'm going to further solve this. Subtracting 3n from both sides. Subtracting 3n from both sides will yield the left side 7n minus 10 is 4, and then adding 10 to both, we will get 7n is 14, and then dividing by 2, but dividing by 7, n will be 2. As the problem asks, we would be complete right here. Alright. Number 5 says, write a ratio to show the number of worms eaten in 15 seconds compared to the number of cockroaches eaten in 15 seconds. It's talking about these two world records. I think you can handle those. It's just couple of divisions basically. Moving on to Thursday. It says find the difference per person in ounces between the amounts consumed. In 2003, residents of Finland each drank on average 1,682 cups of coffee in a year. People in Ireland drank the most tea, 1,302 cups on average. Assume that one cup is 8 ounces. Find the difference in ounces between the amounts consumed. Well, we could find the difference in cups and then multiply that by 8. Alright. Problem number 2 says simplify. We call this the square root. The square root of 25x squared, well, is 5x. Square root of 25 is 5. Square root of x squared is x. This says the fourth root. What number times itself? 4 times is 16. Well, that's 2. The fourth root of x to the fourth is clearly x. X times x times x times x 4 times will yield x to the fourth. So we have 5x plus 2x. That is 7x. Evaluate each expression for y equals -6. We can simply substitute -6 into each one of those using the calculator, much like we did on problem number 3 above. Number 4, explain how to determine the slope of a line from looking at its graph. Well, we've found the slope a lot recently. We know that slope, and we use the letter m to represent it, is change in y divided by change in x. We also say that it's rise over run. Okay, so explain how you can determine the slope of a line from looking at its graph. You can find 2 points on the line of the graph and determine the rise over the run by forming a right triangle between the two. I'll leave you to write that one more time. We could find 2 points on the line, form a right triangle between those 2 points, and calculate the rise and the run. The rise is up or down. The run's to the right. All right. Number 5 is a little bit of a geometry problem. I think that you should be able to handle that one on your own.